Boom. Kaboom! Live and alive in the tube with Frankie. How are you, Frank?
Feeling good. Happy to be here reviewing P's works once again.
It's always a blessing. Very fortunate just to be here, alive, breathing again today. So
it's a great way to stay positive. This kind of works. This kind of focus helps us to stay on the up and up,
Exact, because I don't think I'll preserve my vibe really much listening to Babylonian stuff and TVs and stuff. So I prefer read good books and, stuff that is upliftment and progress, as long as it's geared towards upliftment and progress.
Yes.
Now, we're all, like I say often, deeply fucked up, so go easy on yourself.
That's right.
And just give thanks for life, basically. Just that.
Yes.
Frank, we are doing PT's book. Once again, an honor to review his book, Large Up PT, every time.
Yes.
Definitely. And we're going to start today with praise. It's an interesting one. They're all very interesting. I can't say that one is it's a gem, that book. It's a For anyone that's seeking out of this matrix, out of the programming, and this is a must to read, reread, and maybe reread again. So
yes, exactly.
So praise. It's on you, Frank.
All right, let's go. Praise equals P raise. Pray was just a short form of praise, Prayze, which equals praise, Praise. It is either doing or P raising, praising. One leads to hell, the other to freedom from hell. The fools believe in doing without any real rhyme or reason. The wise fix their attention on praising instead. Doing keeps on happening despite the futility of their doing being clearly revealed through LotusOcean writings. Some, after reading LotusOcean blogs, still have the nerve to write their own blog, as if they have some other truth to share, which has not been revealed here. Just doing for the sake of doing, there is no other evil. The only purpose of this doing is avoiding praise of divine, to garner praise for the confused, depressed, tormented, and blind self.
Yep. Louange, praise, louange en français. Praise égale P raise. P, élève, because raise is élevé en français. So P raise, P élève. And élève is something just got to me. And student in French is an élève.
Huh? Interesting.
Student is élève. And now P, élève, P, raise is élève. So if you're a good student, you will raise your vibration, definitely.
Yes.
Wow. That's
cool.
Nice. That's cool, man. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Be an élève.
It's in the word.
Maybe not an élève of the nonsense, but out there, but a good student, a bon élève, yeah. Prière était juste une forme courte de praise. C'est soit doing, faire, ou P-raising, louer. L'un mène en enfer et l'autre mène à être libre de l'enfer. Les fous croient en faire, sans aucune vraie rime ou raison. Les sages, au lieu de cela, fixent leur attention sur louer. And louer is another word. It's renting in French. Renting is louer.
Interesting.
Parent. Louer. Maybe you should, praise more your parents too. Because if you can't praise your parents, how are you going to praise higher and divine? It starts with you, with your, Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Sur louer, yeah. Ils continuent de faire bien que la futilité de leur faire soit clairement révélée à travers les écrits de LotusOcean. Certains, après avoir lu le blog de LotusOcean, ont toujours le culot d'écrire leur propre blog, comme s'ils avaient d'autres vérités à partager qui n'ont pas été révélées ici. Faire pour l'intérêt de faire, il n'y a pas d'autre mal. Le seul but de cela est d'éviter de louer le divin, afin d'obtenir des louanges pour le soi, confus, déprimé, tourmenté et aveugle. That's really what we are. In our default state, we are very, very blind, like blinders on, dark goggles, bring it on. Like it's crazy, man, how we don't see the importance of giving praise to higher and divine and really in speech also. And that's what's
Yeah.
coming after. I think il a brisé le silence, break the silence. And
Mhm.
that's really what it is. It's in speech. You can think of stuff, you can imagine all kinds of things, but unless it comes out of your mouth as the real stuff, I think it's very futile. It's very to think that you it's in speech and action. Like,
Mhm.
how do you want to praise higher and divine? Often people ask, like my son asked me the other day, what it is to praise higher and divine.
Right.
Well, speak positivity. You know, if you
Mhm.
take praising higher and divine, first of all, is taking care of yourself. Hold on, I gotta clear the hair pipe. I'm gonna spare you the cough.
That happens to me too.
So yeah, so praising Iron Divine, it's like in speech and action. I think everything that is positive and good, and you take care of your body, and you don't have verbal diarrhea coming out your mouth every second
Mhm.
of the day.
Yeah.
That's a good way to praise Iron Divine, and if you can do it live, public, in front of other beings like you
Yeah.
that can possibly guide out of hell, because the reason why we're here also is to prevent people from burning in hell. It's really that.
Mhm.
You're really burning in hell. So we want to save you from burning if we can. Like if I can save some people from burning in hell and embracing iron divine and all the good stuff that this earth has to offer in terms of feelings and
Mhm.
galactic feelings and stuff, man. It's accessible, that stuff. It's not because, but you cannot access that stuff if you're focused on yourself. Like you
Mhm.
gotta take the focus out of you and put the focus on Iron Divine. And
Right.
then Iron Divine will put the focus on you, and that you will feel it in all aspect. It's not a really nice word. You will feel it in every facet of your life after. Once you start praising Iron Divine, and you don't have to go very complicated and extravagant with it. Just
Right.
just in speech, man, and the things that are good for your body. That's a good way to praise Iron Divine. Go
Mhm.
ground yourself, hug trees, talk to the trees,
Yeah.
talk to nature. You know, nature will listen to you. Other muggles might not listen to you, but nature will. So
Mhm.
you can praise Iron Divine in nature. I do it often. I go to my grounding spot and I speak to nature. I talk to the trees. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
At least they listen.
Mhm.
They're not there just want to talk over you and stuff.
Right.
So it's a very good communion to go in nature and even talk to the trees. Or you might think I'm nuts, but
Mhm.
it's often what I do is I like to express myself in nature and being heard by nature. So to
Yeah.
me, that's a great way to get to where we want to go. Honestly, the direction is out of hell. So definitely,
Yeah.
if you keep on steering your boat that way, it will not. If you keep steering the boat, it's not gonna go the opposite direction. Like if you're on the sea, on the very tumultuous waters, as long as you steer the boat, you're fine. Like
Hmm.
you gotta keep steering that boat
Yeah,
out of hell. That's for sure.
exactly.
So it's on you, Frank. I'm done.
Yeah, praise. Praise is this is a great P-log, and praise is one of the components of the action that we take that has the capacity to raise our consciousness. And we can start to actually see how divine is working through nature, through our interactions with others, through how life unfolds and how everything is in this constant state of becoming. And like you watch every day, different things will happen, and you'll see these little special things, and so then you can acknowledge that, whenever these things are happening, and it's a recognition of how the divine energy is moving in our lives. But the simple bit of praise, like what I've heard P say, is you use your perception. So you experience life and you take in um, information and things through your senses, and then you identify what is nice, what is pleasant, what is cool, what do you like about certain things, and then you express that, and so P's bit about like us connecting with nature and the importance of us connecting with the earth and with the elements, and P is also explaining this bit too. The earlier texts, the earlier Vedic writings are all hymns and like poems of praise to the elements, to the ether, to the air, to the fire, to the water, to the earth. And each day we can express these own gratitudes from our subjective experience. It doesn't have to be that we're copying some ancient script or something like that. We can say, taking this breath of life, oh man, it feels good. It feels wonderful to fill my lungs with the air and the energy that we get from the air. And we can feel a cool breeze blowing across our skin. And wow, that's really pleasant. I'm really grateful to you, air. Gratitude, and we can say these things. Or, how the sun shines the light so that we can see each and every day. Or there's so many different things,
Oh, I give thanks for the light every day.
Yes, exactly, right? And so in the Vedic thing is like there's 5 main elements that make up creation. That's the ether, the air, the fire, the water, and the earth. All of these things also make up our body. And so our bodies function through these elements. And even P had released a talk not that long ago talking about even how astrology all works based on the elements too. And the Vedic science of like health and well-being, Ayurveda, that's also all based on the elements and how each of our bodies is made up of the elements, but at the same time, we all are just a slightly different ratio. Like maybe I have more air element, or maybe someone else has more water, or someone else has more fire. So based on our own particular constitution, that's going to determine, the fine details of how we want to feed ourselves, what kind of, the little subtle nuances of how we take care of our own bodies, because there are like general things that are going to be good for everyone. But then there's also little subtle things like how are you going to spice your food? How are you going to do certain little things, maybe with certain herbs that you might add into your diet or something like that. There's going to be specific to your own body. So, and then, so that's a little bit, just kind of going back to speaking about when we're connected with nature, we can express our gratitude for the beauty, of seeing how nature has so many different forms and shapes and colors and ways of expressing through the geometries, through the sound of like the wind coming through the air, through the trees, or the colors. Even this time of year, like we see all the leaves changing, or at least us on the northern side of the equator, or
And if you're like you say grateful for the colors and stuff, you're gonna want to see them for what they are.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
mentioning nothing
Uh-huh.
again, but
And the
just
more
see them for what they are.
exactly, right? And the more that we start to take notice and express, oh man, I love this part of this time of the day, the sky turns a certain way. Or the more that we start to kind of get in that praiseful attitude and that praiseful way of being, you actually start to notice more. Your senses start to waken up and you say, oh, look, what about this? This is nice. And so you start your practice of praise with the earth and with nature, because that's what we're around every single day. And that's, it's also a practice of gratitude. We're expressing our gratitude for the food that we eat every day. I get to, be clothed and sheltered by the resources that are coming from the earth. So I have gratitude for that. I can express that to the earth and to these elements. And then when you get to something like P's talking about here, he's like talking about the LotusOcean blogs, in which he's explaining all the different things in these writings about, okay, you need to stop with the nonsense. First of all, stop trashing your body, stop having nonsensical speech, and stop engaging in certain things that are pushed by society and the media and the education system, all that. There's a lot of falsities that are keeping you held down, right?
Yeah.
Trash diet, eating dead corpses, like all the meat stuff, all these kind of things are, holding us back from actually starting to experience a miraculous thing, which is like, first of all, just your body functioning healthily and properly. That you start to experience like like lighter emotions and lighter feelings and lighter, a more pleasant experience of life in general. And then
And
that allows you to just be more in this flow of like, oh, happiness, gratitude, these positive experiences and feelings. And
feelings, like you said, and trashing your body, like you said, you cannot feel good. So
yeah,
why do you think you're not doing so good with?
people are like, why do I feel so
So start
hard?
feeling better. You're gonna do better.
Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
And
And
then
that
so,
is an automatic, Frank. The moment you start taking care of that body, all the
mhm,
rest will fall into place. But it
yes,
starts with you taking care of that body, knowing
yes,
what you put in it and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely.
exactly. So then we start our little practice with expressing our gratitude to nature, to the elements, to the earth, and things like that. And then it helps us to have more ways of identifying things that are helpful or things that are going to be positive. So, like, we can definitely identify, man, P has helped us out so much, and that is a large up. Like, I'm so grateful
Yeah.
to all the writings that P is has shared, whether it's like through P's giTa or his writings on astrology, or his different talks and expressions about the Vedic perspective, and just like how that really clarifies what's going on here on Earth and with us as beings, and what are we supposed to do. Like the simple things really are so meaningful, and it really just helps us to like come back to what is the point, and how do we improve ourselves and make it a continuous thing where we can do it each and every day and keep building, building positivity.
Yeah, and seeing guys like PT doing all this work and all sharing all that knowledge and insights and inspiration makes me really think that divine, that God or the force, we will be sending messenger on earth.
Yeah.
Like we're not alone. Like you're not
Hmm.
left alone. You shouldn't walk alone in life.
Right.
Like you should walk side by side with the divine and the divine knowledge and the divine goodness and stuff. And PT offers that. PT offers you a helping hand.
Hmm.
Now, will
Definitely.
you take his hand and walk with him? That's your choice.
Right.
But I prefer walk with PT than walk with any other muggles that is distracted and will bring me down to hell. At least PT
Yeah.
can pull me out of
Oh yeah.
hell. So, and he did a great. Listen, look, everything we've done with PT here, he definitely helped me in many ways, and I'm sure through the talk we've done together, help probably thousands of people because
Oh yeah.
it's being watched a lot. His videos, and that is something I've noticed too, right from early beginning. Is he attracts positivity also. I've
Mhm.
never had positive comments like I received for PT on this
Yeah.
channel. I've never received anything negative concerning PT. Never,
Mhm.
never. Maybe once I deleted the comments because I thought it was maybe irrelevant with the topic of the talk, but
Right.
nothing negative really
Mhm.
came. So your vibe attracts your tribe, definitely. So PT has
Yes.
such a great vibe. That's why I'm telling you that even often we do shows and I don't really give so much attention to the metrics that I see on YouTube, the numbers and stuff. But there is shows we did together. I see it on my side. You guys don't see it, but the like and dislike. Okay,
Mhm.
you guys don't see the dislike. I see it. And
Right.
I see the percentage in the studio, YouTube studio.
Right.
Very often, it will be 100% like. Very, very often on PT's video,
Mhm.
like 92 likes, zero dislike.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Often, I was like, even me, I was completely blown away by the positivity that he attracts also, and that is a sign for me that when us together we are able to recognize another being as being celestial and divine, it's gonna give even more energy to that being to do good. So the
Mhm.
more we praise for sure PT and higher and divine, the more these forces will come out even better and with more knowledge and more insights for the world. But yeah,
Mhm.
PT has always Albanian for life. Now I'm not forgetting you this time. Large up Albanian for life. Yeah, PT has always attracted so much positivity around his talk. And every time he shows up on the internet, it's like he's really, really being praised. Like big time, and I see it with the metrics and number on YouTube, and it's really, and it's probably the only one that I had here that really, really people are coming out and manifesting and writing stuff also in comments that
Mhm.
blows my mind sometimes, especially Aphrodita. The stuff she writes, man. It's crazy. I love to read it. I love to read all the comments. I might not reply to all, but I read them all, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your evolution as much as mine. We're
Mhm.
all in this together. So it's not only about me evolving, it's about all of us evolving because what's the point of me winning if the team doesn't win? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't win anything unless the whole team eat and win.
Mhm.
And my team is the earth. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be here for a long time, probably for a lifetime, expecting some
Yes.
kind of victory. But I think we already have the victory. It's just a matter
Mhm.
of time before it gets manifested very largely on Earth. So, but
Yes.
we are raising the frequency definitely, and PT is a great teacher, man. Great.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Even me today, I've done so much with him, and I still often wonder who is PT. Like
Right.
I know I have an idea, but I'm saying
Mhm.
like he's so mystical. He's so mystical, PT.
Yeah.
That's what brings me to often be in awe in front of him. Often, like
Mhm.
because yeah. Anyway, it is something.
Super
So
cool.
next, what? Why did I? Were you done? I don't know. I really.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I mean, I just think it's cool how like instructs people, or like the guidance, what he advises people to do, right? Is just start simple, start with the basics, take care of the body, connect with nature, and develop that, or divine up that gratitude practice, expressing, like using your perception and being like, I like this about nature. I like this about, the quality of the day, or the wonderful thing that like when you just think about these elements. Ether is giving us this kind of this energy, this electric vibration, and it's also the space that we get to reside in. Air, this breath of life. Fire is like the fire inside of us. It digests our food and it assimilates energy into our body. We get to see through the light of fire. Water, it cleanses us. Each and every day we get to bathe in water. It cleanses us, it cools us down, it quenches our thirst. Earth gives us this form, this function, this place to be, and these resources. So there's so many different, and that's why there's text, there's long praises of to these elements in these ancient Vedic texts, and then we use that momentum, that energy, and that similar vibration, and you can praise a being who can actually like is giving you some real wisdom and knowledge. And that's like the Vedic approach of like, you have a guru and you praise them, you give your gratitude to them, you praise a higher being. And that's what's happening in realms above here too. It's going on there too. So
the other day I came across something. You were talking about eating, and eat is also the eat, the la chaleur, HEAT. So there must be something eating up inside. I'm like, why do we say we eat? Like, there is something eating up. And apparently, the more fat you eat, the more greasy substance or fat or French fries are bringing on the pretty much. I'm not talking good fats. I'm talking especially bad fats. Your liver apparently eats up to like 50 degrees Celsius inside your body.
Wow.
Yes, a doctor was saying that. I was listening to something, and he said your liver eats up to like 50 degrees inside.
That's a lot of pressure right there.
Yes, so the more fat, the more of the bad food you eat, the more you eat, and that's your aging. It's the advanced glycation process I was talking about.
Wow.
Glycation is what's happened with your toast, I think, in the toaster and everything that's getting. So your glycation process, I think, is directly related to your liver, and the liver live. Cannot live without the liver.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Just try. Have the experience of trashing the liver. You're going to see that at one point it has enough and it's going to reject everything. But if you take care of it and you don't trash your body, like we said, maybe you can also stop the aging process, stop the glycation within. Like age is not a number. These numbers are freaking fake anyway. All numbers are freaking fake. Your age, the year we're in, all the freaking numbers they throw at us, all fake. So never mind the age and start not eating up so much on the inside.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Keep yourself cool. When you say you're cool, man, you're cool. It must be because you're really cool inside. Maybe.
Right.
Just saying. So anyway, so that was my point of eating. I think our liver apparently is eating up to like 50 degrees. I was like, wow. And often when I was more fat, I'm still fat. I'm still fat. But when I was more fat than this, like I'm about 230 now, 6 foot 230. So I still have weight to lose. I'm working on it myself. But when I was 300 pounds once, I was 300 pounds, and I always felt like right at the liver, I felt like eat. Like always, I was like a cramp and like I was hot, getting hot. I know what it is now. All this crap I was eating that was making me eat on the inside. Like I could even feel the heat. So today it's clear that if you reduce that eating process, you might live longer too. So I want to live here. I want to stay until I'm 150 if I can. Man, as long as keep me here, and I say it every day, keep me here. I want to make it to 100. I want to make it like even my grandmother made it to 102.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Quand Maman Réjeanne made it to 102.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
amazing.
should be able to. I have good genes apparently.
Right? Yeah.
I'm hoping. But I express it all the time in speech that I want to live a long and happy and healthy life and
Yeah, exactly.
healthy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Whatever. It's not a word that really healthy. It sounds like hell anyway. But yeah, taking care of my body and really
Mm-hmm.
live a long life. That's my goal. So
Yes.
next is briser le silence. In English, it's breaking the silence, I guess.
Yeah, silence unsilenced.
Silence and silence. Okay.
Yes. All right. Silence unsilenced. Silence is definitely one of the most overrated virtues, misrepresented as a divine attribute. Through quotes like, if speech is silver, silence is golden. That would make Krishan speaking out the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun a mere silvery act. Silence usually just means that some unwholesome calculation is going on within. Many people can hardly ever speak because of the incessant and meaningless internal dialogue. Such calculations may be useful in petty politics or business or other such useless activities, but have no use in soul evolution. In fact, these calculations are a major obstruction on the road to heightened awareness. That's why sages of old recommended continuous verbal repetition of divine sounds to rise above the selfish, calculative part which hides behind the mask of external silence. Nothing in this multiverse is really silent. To feign silence in such an existence is a pretense. A lot is emitting out of people by just their being/presence, without them having to actually say anything, and they cannot stop the chatter within through any amount of external silence. No matter how much time they spend alone, how much pot they smoke, how much meditation, as in vipassana, etc., they do, or how much time they spend in nature, the chatter just goes on and on. The only way to curb the mind from the unwholesome is to focus on the wholesome. Speech which praises the divine is the only savior from the dark and gloomy sounds of silence.
Yep. You might hear my dog. Wifey is getting back home.
Oh, okay, that's
So the dog go ballistic when the wifey gets home. Oh my god, I can hear her. So briser le silence. Briser le silence. Le silence est définitivement l'une des vertus les plus surestimées, faussement représentées comme un attribut divin. À travers des citations comme si la parole est d'argent, le silence est d'or. Cela ferait de Krishna, qui communique le Bhagavad Gita à Arjun, un simple acte argenté. Le silence signifie habituellement qu'il y a des calculations malsaines se passant à l'intérieur. La plupart des gens ne peuvent presque pas parler à cause du dialogue interne incessant et insignifiant. De telles calculations sont peut-être utiles dans les mesquineries de politique ou d'entreprise ou autres réelles activités inutiles, mais n'ont aucun intérêt pour l'évolution de l'âme. En réalité, ces calculations sont une obstruction majeure sur la route vers la conscience élevée, éveillée. Not élevée, éveillée. C'est pourquoi les anciens sages recommandaient une répétition verbale continue de sons divins pour s'élever au-dessus de la partie égoïste calculatrice qui se cache derrière le masque du silence extérieur. Rien dans ce multivers n'est vraiment silencieux. Feinter le silence dans une telle existence est un faux semblant. Les gens émettent beaucoup, juste par leurs êtres présence, sans qu'ils n'aient réellement à dire quoi que ce soit. ils ne peuvent arrêter le dialogue interne à travers aucune quantité de silence externe. Peu importe combien de temps ils passent seuls, combien de joints ils fument, combien de temps ils méditent, vipassana, etc., ou combien de temps ils passent dans la nature, le dialogue continue encore et encore. La seule manière de réfréner l'esprit du malsain est de se concentrer sur le saint. Le speech qui loue le divin est le seul sauveur des sons du silence, sombre et triste. Wow, that's something. That's something, and
Yeah.
it's really what it is we have so much noise on the inside, so much noise on the inside that it even prevents us from talking straight and talking sense.
Yeah.
So very often people will talk a bunch of nonsense that come out of their mouth, like verbal diarrhea even. So,
Right.
it's very important to clear that nonsense in your head and know what's real in this world and what's not. So you can decipher where you go in life and stop going down the road of hell and more of a divine road. So, but for that, you have to stop the chatter inside and the negativity. I think our biggest addiction also is probably negative thinking. Like even me, sometimes I catch myself like, why do I think like this?
Yeah.
Like it's an addiction, the negativity in our world. Just go take a walk outside and tell me you see people in very positive. Some are, but most live in a very negativity focused world, and
Yeah.
that's why also we drown ourselves with alcohol and drugs and joints and cannabis and bring it on anything to cover that nonsense that we live each and every day. So as the moment you start putting this aside, putting the distraction, because all drugs and alcohol and all substance are just distraction. That's just what it is. If you look at it properly, you will see that if it doesn't empower you, if it doesn't inspire you, like there's some of the artists I deal with, they might smoke weed all day long, but look at the music they make also, and they like, if the divine is not at the center of your addiction, if you want to call it, there's good chance it's going to lead you to a road to hell. That's what I'm saying. You want to
Yeah.
smoke weed all day long, that's your thing, but make sure you're productive also.
Yeah.
Weed is one thing. Now, I would not recommend drinking alcohol all day because I don't think you'll get productive there. But and it's a very different thing. Do I praise cannabis? Yeah, in a certain way, but with moderation also, because you should be productive with your life. So there's people that the weed will put them literally on pause and really like a stone,
Right.
and others will be productive. So it depends how you deal with the substance. Others will be very anxious with cannabis, and so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the best is really just stop the noise inside, stop the incessant chatter that tells you you're not good enough, you're not worth it and stuff. Like we should all embody Christ consciousness. That's why you're here. So
Yeah.
it's a road to go to. It's might be taking you a while to get there, but like what else there is to do if I don't go up? If I don't go up, you'll go down. There's no middle. There's no fence. If you don't go up, you go down. So
Yeah.
what is to do here? I want to go up. I want to keep going
Yes.
up and up and up and up and up. Like, it's a good feeling.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna tell myself I'm going down to them, going down to hell. I'm going like that's what you say to yourself all the time by just engaging in those habits and those distractions and watching nonsense on TV. You're saying you want to go down to hell. That's what it is. but you cover it probably with the beer sitting in front of the TV, watching the football game with your beer and your chicken wings and your ribs, and I don't know what the heck you do with your life, but I know people watch a lot of nonsense on TV. Like that's all there is. So
Yeah.
unplug the box. There's too much noise coming into our heads too, like music and TVs and all this is stay printed inside. Like, everything you will experience in life is recorded in there. Everything,
Hmm.
everything you hear, everything you see, everything you taste, everything. It's all recorded. So that's
Yeah.
why you can recall a certain taste when it comes, and you like it's easy the smells and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, so definitely briser le silence is something we should all do. They say that it's a virtue to be silent or something, but might not be so much of a virtue in the real world. It might
Yeah.
be a virtue in the Muggle world, yeah, to stay quiet because that it's
Yeah.
fucking
That.
behind the AI. Stay quiet. But
uh,
no, for sure, we can all. Your voice has to be heard. You have a voice, and your voice is unique. Also, you will never hear my voice anywhere else.
hmm Right. Right.
Anywhere anybody has my voice,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bottle it in. No, I'm gonna let it be heard. Telling you,
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who knows, because I think it's a well, it's something we've heard of, the power of speech. You
Yeah.
know, the power of, but speech can only actually have real power if it's aligned with multiversal law, multiversal functionings. You know, speech that is not centered around truth, that's that verbal diarrhea that we talk about. And that's that kind of speech that spirals you down into hell, that, you know, just kind of, reinforces like bad attitude or bad
Yeah.
behavior, like brattiness and stuff like that. That's the speech that we want to stay away from. Uh, Now, silence might be better than bratty speech, but at the same time, it is not. So if there was, when you were kind of getting to the end of what you were saying, it was starting to chime in to my mind and my consciousness that, okay, so if you are a being who wants to control the masses, or if you're a group of people or beings that wants to control the masses through manipulation, then yes, you would emphasize that everyone just be quiet, because I'm going to manipulate you and control you, and you have to be quiet and don't say anything. And if you do say something, then we're going to come get you.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, then those manipulators would say, "Oh, silence is so virtuous. Silent. If you are quiet and you say nothing, then you are the most refined spiritual, state or whatever." When that's not the case, like P says over here, speech is actually that. I mean, he's talking about how Christian is talking to Arjun. He's explaining in that that spiritual scripture from the Vedic literature, the Bhagavad Gita. In that text, Christian is explaining so many things to Arjun about what's going on, like what is our mission here in life, and what is our purpose, and what is actually. He explains so many different things about the order of the multiverse and things like that. But over here, and P has also, I'll just piggyback that with, P has mentioned that speech is the one faculty that humans have that puts us actually above all the other animals and all the other forms of life here. That's why this instrument, this tool that we operate through, that we live our lives through, this body, the human body, is a very refined tool. It has the capability of speaking things, of accentuating and expressing things that other animal bodies, they don't have this particular capability. That us as humans, we have the ability to identify, express, and speak and accentuate things that it's very articulate and has a lot of potential and a lot of power. And so that's why the Vedic approach to life has always emphasized a refinement of speech and repeating things that are pure principles, repeating things that are going to be praises of nature or praises of divine, because this is actually how you use the human body. You use that faculty of speech to program your consciousness, to program, and I'm pointing at the head, but I'm really should be, your consciousness is like your whole being, you know. So maybe we think of consciousness in the mind or something like that, but actually it's using the speech really programs our whole being to be able to you know, like P says, like align with divine, align with universal will, universal law. And the more that we can actually be speaking or repeating the right kind of things, that means that actually the actions that we take in our day-to-day life are going to be more in alignment with that. We're going to be much more aware that we don't want to break the law. We don't want to do things that are going to cause us pain or harm, because nobody likes that. It is very unpleasant to be sick or have like a depression or have, you know, so many different ways in which we can experience the consequences of like breaking the divine law, of like disrespecting nature or disrespecting you know, higher beings or something like that. We don't want it. We want to stay far away from that, you know.
There is consequences of being down and out and also being up and in.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
oh yeah.
And so like P says here, I love this bit, how he goes, the only way to curb the mind from the unwholesome is to focus on the wholesome. Speech which praises the divine is the only savior from the dark and gloomy sounds of silence. So we have to use our speech to praise nature, to praise divine. And actually the more that we use our perception to identify those positive and those very beautiful and amazing qualities that the elements embody and that we see through nature and divine, we actually start to awaken and make a space for those qualities to live in us, and we can start living those qualities ourselves. We become lighter, we become happier, we become more pleasant to be around, even for other people to be around us. Like, it's much more chill to be around somebody who's on an evolving path than somebody who's like spiraling downward, or, you know, just like caught up in the hustle bustle of the chaos that is our current society. I mean, it's really, it's a tough life out here, you know, whenever we're trying to like navigate the matrix and we don't have, and you're trying to go by what they say, you know, as far as like, oh, chase the money, chase the relationships, chase the material wealth. And like, you keep running into dead end after dead end and wall after wall of like, what am I doing? What I feel like I'm doing what they're telling me to do, but like, I feel I'm not getting anywhere, you know?
And we often wonder why nobody comes and save us. Or where's the Savior? Where's the Christ? Where's Jesus? Where's all this?
Yeah.
Well, it's all within. Like I think that's really your Savior is yourself. Is you attaining Christ consciousness will save you. But it's not happening from one day to another.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lots of work on yourself to do. But guess what? You cannot also work on yourself until you stop working against yourself.
That's the first step, right?
Okay?
Yeah.
Stop working against yourself. You will start working on yourself. But you can, like I said, there's no fence. So stop working against. Bring the consciousness, the presence, the distraction out, and just focus on being a real good person here on earth, and not
Yeah.
with what they told you good is. Like really a godly being, you can be that. Like,
Yeah.
look at PT. It's possible for him to attain this kind of refinement, like he has really refined his being to the core, so that he's able to express himself and also observe and be in the moment, like all the astrology stuff he's done. He has done observation. You have to be still. You have to think. You have to be present in the moment. Immerse yourself in the moment. That's all there is anyway.
Connections, right?
Past, future, all there is the moment you live right now. So focus on that moment and really feeling galactic with that moment, and everything will fall in line. Like it's meant to fall in, just like a herd of sheep that is called back home. They will all fall in line. And sometimes you have dogs going around. I see those sheep dogs and stuff. Like, but the sheep dog is God. Like often, like it's a polarity for reason, because God is gonna call you back home. Just like a herd of sheep, that the dog goes around and drives the sheep. Well, he's there. He's your driving force too. Right. But you don't think you're a sheep. You don't like, yes, you're because you don't want to tell yourself you're a sheep, but I'm a sheep. Jah is the shepherd, you heard? Right. Jah is the shepherd, you heard? So yeah, I'm the sheep. The Truman Show is the sheep. Like, yes. Daniel says that in one of his songs.
Nice.
So you have to realize, but you have to be a sheep for the proper herd, not for the herd of Muggle, but the herd that's going towards a higher and divine, on the higher and divine road. So definitely, it's a must to break the silence. And
and one last thing, like, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, but like practicing proper speech, I mean, that is tuning our instrument. That is actually working on, because you think about it, if you're learning how to play an instrument, like a musical instrument, like guitar or drums or whatever, you can't just sit with your instrument and be silent and actually improve. You have to work on it. You have to be actually using your body. And so if we're going to refine our behavior and refine our consciousness, then we have to use that speech faculty. And that actually starts to, it really makes sense. And once you start to practice it, it really does sink into your whole way that you experience life and you think, and you have certain impulses or automatic reactions that start to become more aligned with what the natural world and the divine order is. And you start to melt away all of these kind of unnatural impulses or these unnatural like automatic reactions.
So it's like becoming an instrument for higher and divine. Like the divine will come and play. It's a divine dance wherein I think I see it as a divine dance. And there's always music. I'm pretty sure even up in higher realm there's music. I'm pretty sure of that.
I want to hear that music. That sounds
the music is something. So definitely you can become an instrument through man. Man, the mind should be true inside. So once you become true inside, God or the divine will use you as an instrument. So I am a trumpet or something like. No, not a trumpet. The guy like Donald Trump. He's a clown. That guy is. They're all freaking clowns, but even it's beyond clowns. It's very dark. We're not talking about that stuff here, definitely.
Sad clown.
There's no room for that on the Truman Show, the nonsense. Frank, we're going to stop there today because it's 9 and you have to go, you said. So,
yes.
That's it for today. But it was a great talk, and I'm looking forward to the next one, definitely.
Yes, we'll return with prayer. That's what.
Let's think of it. So we're not where we were. We're going to start with prayer. So I'm going to remember. So Albanian for life, everyone in the chat. Millions of you watching across the earth. Across this flat plane.
That's right.
So that's it. Take care, and we will be forward again next Monday, as always. Truman, Monday, Monday. Yeah, that fits good. And it was episode 500 today. Wow.
Oh, today's the 5. Nice.
500 with Frank. So big celebration.
That's cool because this was the year that P reached his 50, and now we're here at our 500, right? So the 50, the 500.
Wow.
That's cool. I like that.
Wow, that's nice. I didn't realize that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
75 to
the
20.
year PT turns 50, the Truman Show reaches 500 episode too. Wow. And
Fractal.
I say the Truman Show. It's our show. It's not my show. It's our thing. It's like it doesn't belong to me. Like I'm doing this because I have love in my heart, and I want us to evolve, and I want me to evolve, and definitely have a
Yeah.
better outcome with my life. So yeah, Iron Divine, definitely.
Very
So
cool.
we're out, and we will be seeing you next Monday, same spot, same chilling spot, the Truman Show.
That's it.
We're out.